The Chicago Bears could turn their entire season around over the next 4 weeks, and it all starts with their Sunday game against the Minnesota Vikings. This 4-week span could make them a potential legitimate contender entering the mid part of the season after this 4-game span. The first 5 games haven't been ideal at 1-4, but the loss to Tampa Bay and Denver were easily winnable. This team is still building, but they are looking like they're solidifying the building blocks. The past is the past, but this team could be 5-4 entering week 10 against the Carolina Panthers on Thursday Night Football at Soldier Field, which honestly, with that game and how the Panthers are doing, they could be 6-4 after that. Hello, welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody. Thank you as always for tuning in. This team is ready to go off. Coming off of 10 days of rest, getting Tevin Jenkins, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, and Eddie Jackson all back this week as well is a big plus. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, and Cole Kmet are heating up, and Darnell Mooney is ready for his breakout game against the team that he owns in the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be fun. And if you're at the game this upcoming weekend, make sure you have a ton of energy. These guys feed off it, and we need it more than ever to keep this winning streak going. Please hit the like button on this video if you agree. Comment your comments in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, if you please could hit that subscribe button. Also, happy 3-week anniversary to what happened at Hallis Hall. If you forgot, Braxton Jones hit IR, Alan Williams resigned, Justin Fields talked smack about his coaches, which he clarified, and over $100,000 in equipment was stolen from Soldier Field. Not owned by the Chicago Bears, but the connection's there. Amazing how the energy over 3 weeks has completely shifted with this team, and I'm ready to hit on how it's going to shift even more. Let's start with week 4 against the Minnesota Vikings this upcoming Sunday. Bears are at home against an NFC North opponent, the Minnesota Vikings, who will not have star wide receiver Justin Jefferson. He is confirmed to be out the next 4 weeks with a hamstring injury, and Minnesota is also 1-4 and not looking good. They got rid of a ton of talent this past offseason, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and it's slowly starting to show it. 19th ranked overall defense, 22nd against the pass, and 13th against the run. That's literally almost the same exact rankings as the Washington Commanders this past Thursday night. So Fields is going to have to air it out again to DJ Moore and the rest of his weapons in order to beat this team, as Minnesota's offense still Justin Jefferson will not be there, but is putting up very impressive stats, being top 10 in every single category. But you take away Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins' biggest weapon, and bam, who knows what he's going to be like. Overall, Minnesota struggling on the road without their big name wide receiver and Justin Jefferson. Big problems for them are on the rise. Bears teams heating up at home and getting confident. Let's go. Following that game, week 5 against the Las Vegas Raiders at Soldier Field again, which, by the way, if you're going to that game, we are having a tailgate. Make sure to head over to our Twitter over the next couple days as we're making the official announcement. We'll want to put that on your guys' radar. It's completely free of charge. But the Raiders, a 2-3 team, recently just beating a bad Packers team. And yes, we lost to the Packers, but we were also learning our team still, is playing in fall weather in Chicago, where they play in very warm Las Vegas, Nevada, inside a dome. That is going to be a factor as it's starting to wake up and it's 30-some degrees in the morning. They're not going to handle it well is what I'm saying. Their record is 1 game better than us, but they have had some bad losses. On top of it, their defense, middle of the pack. 15th overall, 11th against the pass, so it's going to be Justin Fields' biggest challenge, but they're 23rd against the run. Chicago is going to have to use Justin Fields' legs a lot more in this game if Las Vegas, continues to play the way they have and also utilize our running back. Their offense, though, is not very good. They are ranked 29th overall in the NFL, 17th in passing, 1 better than the Chicago Bears, but they are dead last in running the ball on offense. This is a great game for the defense to get their full confidence back and have a good game against a banged up and bad Las Vegas offense. Our defense needs to keep rising. It's at home. We need the energy there again, and the Bears could very well be flirting with almost being back at 500 after this game. Week 6 against the Los Angeles Chargers is their biggest challenge in the next 4 games. They're 2-2 as they had a super early bye, which that stinks for them. I think having a later bye is always better. And how ironic, being 2-2, their 2 wins are against the Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. So if Chicago does well against those 2, this could be a really good game in Los Angeles. This Chargers team goes in waves. Like Khalil Mack, former Chicago Bear, getting 6 sacks in a game, but they also started the season 0-2. On offense, on paper, they are not a 2-2 team. 5th overall, 6th in passing, and 14th in rushing. If the Bears can find a way to shut down the pass and force the run, they're going to have a good game against them. But also, even with Khalil Mack's 6 sack game, the Chargers defense is horrendous. They're 31st overall, 32nd, so dead last against the pass, and 13th against the run. Bears are going to have to chew up the secondary like Justin Fields has the last couple of weeks and continue to make him progress in order for him to beat this Chargers team. Bears will need to bring their A game on the road, as they will have the toughest game out of the next 4, and I am very excited for this Sunday night matchup. Then there's week 7 against the New Orleans Saints on the road at the New Orleans Superdome, where the Chicago Bears won their Super Bowl. The Saints are a very inconsistent team. Last time we were in New Orleans, the Bears were in a playoff game in 2020, the famous Jimmy Graham walk-off game. The Saints are 3-2, the best record out of anyone we've played in this 4-game stretch, but they barely beat the Titans. They barely beat the Panthers, and they crushed the Patriots, who have zero identity right now. And their 2 losses, Green Bay by 1 point after giving up a very big lead in some questionable officiating calls, and they got spanked by the Bucs, who we played close with most of the game. Also, they're missing a ton of key offensive weapons. They're on their second string quarterback. They're on their second string running back. Their wide receivers are hit or miss. Their defense is the biggest threat, as they are a top 5 defense in nearly every category, but their offense is in the mid to late 20s ranking wise. Another game for the defense to have a big presence, and if they can stop the offense, another shootout. Chicago can dominate this game for sure. So we got some fun games coming up here, folks. The energy is high. We are very excited about it, and we will have a Bears Vikings breakdown for you. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down.